Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello. If you're not new, hello. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Today's video we are going to be exploring aesthetics. This is a new series on my channel that I am trying to start where, well, I explore different aesthetics, and as you can tell by the title, today I will be exploring dark academia. Now, I realize that I have sort of been dark academia my whole life, but I didn't really know it. I practiced a lot of the things that kind of has to do with dark academia, but I wasn't sure of the name to pinpoint exactly the aesthetic until recently. Now I'm going to take off my glasses now because the glare is going to be absolutely atrocious, so I will take this off right away. So, before I get a little too much more ahead of myself here, we are going to be looking at what exactly is dark academia, and we will get into fashion and everything like that. So, if you'd like to see more videos like this one in the future, or you want to keep up to date when I upload new videos, then make sure to subscribe and you won't be disappointed. So what is dark academia? Well, dark academia is an aesthetic that revolves around classic literature, pursuit of self-discovery, and a general passion for knowledge and for learning. And common themes within this aesthetic would include books and poetry, friendship, prep or private schools, classical music, coming of age, existentialism, death, murder, social class, and romance. And then writing poetry in notebooks, reading the classics, going to local bookstores or coffee shops, libraries, and museums are also things that fuel this aesthetic. Now, there are subcategories within the aesthetic, including classic academia. So think femme fatale, but educated, or sobbing in the middle of the night over the secret history of the Dead Poets Society. And then there's darkest academia, which you could think running through the rain under dimly lit streets, cold fingers, and even colder gazes. And then there is light academia, which you could think of lighter clothing and settings, and then going to museums and falling in love with every single portrait. Witchy academia, which you can think of burning candles or while doing your homework or reading a book, as well as visiting graveyards and feeling a grayish presence. And then there is romantic academia, and as the name entails, you can think of writing flowery poetry about someone you'll never speak to ever again and slow dancing around your room to the Beatles. Then there's scholarly academia. Think leather-bound bags, crammed with textbooks, impeccable notes, and a wide vocabulary. And finally, we have theatre academia, and you can imagine someone who's always quoting Shakespeare or wishing for a school production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, or someone reciting poetry on a dark night all alone in a room. Within the subcategories, there only exist a couple of differences, and it goes from clothing to interest to visuals and everything like that. The ones I think I most likely relate to or fit into are dark classic academia, romantic academia, and scholarly academia, just because the hobbies and interests kind of associated with those ones are more pertinent to me as a person and what I do. Yeah, that is kind of what dark academia is. I personally really like it because it encourages people to learn, it encourages you to be curious, to write, to explore the world, and kind of formulate your own opinions as you kind of navigate the world. When I was younger, I still am very curious, so in my free time I will do research on just a bunch of topics and just a bunch of things that pique my interest, and I will probably write about them somewhere in my book. I will keep tabs on what I've learned, or I just keep it in the back of my mind, and then in conversations I can bring it up. And honestly, it always impresses people. In the past I used to do this a lot. I still do, but stuff like that, and people would always comment on how, oh, you're so smart, like how do you know this, you're so young, you know, like it's very, it helps you see more insightful. I mean, you would be more insightful if you're learning more and exploring different things. So in terms of fashion, there are lots of muted colors, kind of like grayish, like very muted colors. And the fabrics usually include corduroy, tweed, cashmere, knit, flannel, boiled wool, gabardine, and flannel wool. And you'd usually see these fabrics and textures on stuff like trench coats, parkas, duffel coats, pea coats, flannels, scarves, leather gloves, slacks, lots of slacks, skirts, plaid skirts for girls, ankle boots, loafers, oxfords, and then for accessories you tend to have very dainty jewelry. So like something similar to the ring I'm wearing here. It's very simple. The attire you usually see in dark academia very much resembles prep school and private school uniforms, hence why there are lots of plaids and those overcoats and, you know, those round rimmed glasses, which just overall just look really aesthetically pleasing, which is why I was so enthralled by all of this when I stumbled upon the actual name for the aesthetic. Since dark academia has to do a lot with learning and just exploring like literature and art and stuff like that, of course I will be giving some reading recommendations, which are also on my reading list, which I have to get into. For now, I think I'll settle with reading like online versions, so like a PDF, and then in the future I will invest in hardcovers, because the book covers especially are what get me. Style of just how simple, that kind of olden look, you know, it adds a certain something to the book itself. We have Crime and Punishment, and then Anna Karenina, The Divine Comedy by Dante, Books of Blood, The Wild Girls, and just anything from Oscar Wilde. For movies, we have Rope, the 1948 one, and then If, The Great Debaters, Dead Poets Society, which is honestly a really good movie. It was 2 hours long, but it was a really good movie. The Great Debaters, The Dreamers, Black Swan, also a really good one. The music tends to be pretty much classical, like very classical, calm music. It's very nice to work to. You can do anything to classical music, you know, whether it's just hanging out, just having it as background music. You know how movies tend to have background music in the scene. Well, you can just have your own background music. Life's a movie. Be the actor, be the main character of your own movie. Don't be the side character or the extra. According to Newton's third law, for every reaction is an opposite equal reaction. Where am I getting is what you're asking yourself. Well, I mean that as in, for all the positives, there are some negatives to balance it out. That's just how the universe works. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Now, if you look at a bunch of dark academia threads on Tumblr or just pretty much like anywhere on the internet, you notice that it tends to be very Eurocentric. Everyone tends to look like this. And, you know, everyone that's pictured somewhat looks the same and fits a very distinct box. And there aren't as many people of color. It's something that could be very discouraging to people that want to kind of live their lives with this lifestyle or this aesthetic, but they don't really see themselves being represented. Which, my thoughts to that is, you know, just join it. And, you know, be the representation you want to see in things. Learning is not limited to only a certain group of people, so you can definitely put yourself out there and explore it and, you know, share, because the community is always looking to learn new things, whether it's like fashion or just new things to read, writing styles. They're very helpful with stuff for writing, which I'd highly encourage for anyone that is trying to write. Next thing is that it sometimes encourages elitist behavior and like extreme pretentiousness. I think every once in a while pretentiousness is good. Not to the extent where you're thinking, okay, well, I'm better than you because I know all this stuff, but you are more of a street smarts type of person, so I'm superior and you're inferior to me. No, like that is kind of the thing. Sometimes it tends to seem that way in the community when people just don't know when they're going too far, if that makes sense. Those two issues were issues that I thought were the most prominent within the dark academia aesthetic community. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share it, comment, and comment down below what aesthetic you would like me to explore next, and comment down below if dark academia is something that you would like to try out, like doing this for a week. You know, it could be life-changing. And if you guys enjoyed the video and you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye!